Okay, all right guys, moving on. Now that we've learned how to do our proper takeoff position, once you arch back and your hands hit the ground, it's time for part 2. Now remember, this is going to be a lot like a slinky. Your body arches back, your hands hit the ground, your feet are going to come up, and you're going to come to this straight position. Now once you've hit that handstand, that straight up and down position, you're going to be snapping your feet to the ground. And here's how it's going to go. A good way to practice this is by doing a handstand. Now remember, in my handstand, I want my shoulders to my ears. It is imperative you do not look at your hands. When you look at your hands, I'm in this arched body position, and we want to be straight up and down in that perfect handstand in the middle of our back handspring. So I come to my back handspring, I go to my handstand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend at the waist and snap my feet to the ground. As my feet come down, like a teeter-totter, I'm going to pull my arms up. So when one side goes down, my feet right here, my arms are going to try to come up and reach for the ceiling. It is also very important, do not let your head lead the way. Remember, we talked about that. That's going to cause you to arch, and we want to be hollow. Hollow, arch. Hollow, arch. Yeah! All right, so right here, I'm going to handstand. Okay, my head is in between my arms. I'm going to snap my feet down and roll my arms ahead up. Notice my shoulders are by my ears right here. Okay? Now I'm going to show you what not to do. People get really excited and they like to look where they're going. If you try to look up at that wall or your hands before you snap down, before your feet hit the ground, this is what's going to happen. Okay? Watch what happens when I look at my hands right here. Okay? This is not going to work very well for throwing another back handspring. We want all those muscles lined up so we can continue our power. Okay? One more time right here. I look at the wall behind me. I don't look at my hands. Feet come down. Roll my arms up. It's not until my hands are pointing towards the ceiling that I can see that wall. See right here, I can't even see the wall until I get to here. If I do this, watch what happens. Everything breaks apart. That's a no-go. Okay, so we were talking about in our back handsprings, okay, the end part, the snap down where my feet come down. A good way to practice this drill is to find something a little taller than you. You can use a mat like this, you can use a park bench, you can use a staircase step, whatever works for you. Okay? First thing we're going to do is we're going to do our handstand on top of this. Now because we're going to be raised above the ground, our feet can drop further. It makes it much easier for us to do this. An entry-level way to start this is what's called a handstand pike down. We're not going to worry about snapping our feet down and popping our arms up at the end of our back handspring. We're just going to worry about proper body position and learning how to bring our feet down. Okay? So I'm going to do my handstand. I'm going to look at the wall behind me again. This time I'm going to leave my hands down, and all I'm going to do is bend at the waist and bring my feet to the ground. So I go here, looking at the wall behind me. I'm going to bend at the waist, bring my feet down, bring my arms and head up, nice and slow, okay? And every time, I'm going to try to get my feet a little further away and my hands up a little sooner, okay? So every time, right here, look at the wall behind me, feet come down, let my arms come up a little bit. Again, a little more snap. Until I can get to the point where my feet are hitting the ground and my arms are already vertical. Okay, right here. You can see on that one, my arms are up. That's what we want on the end of our back handspring. That allows us to get a lot of power and transfer that power into another back handspring, back tuck, double full, whatever the heck you want to throw. All right, moving right along. All right, guys, last thing I want to talk about when you're doing your snap down and you're bringing your feet down, like we said, is a teeter-totter. Okay, teeter-totters do not bend or break in the middle. So as your feet come down, do not let your hands stay down like this. Your teeter-totter is now broken in half. It's very important to continue your flow of power, that as your feet come down, your arms come up with your head, okay? That's that extra weight, that distance. That's going to bring that power that way. If you drop those arms down, you're leading with your head. You're not going to bring near as much power. You're going to break your body position. Squeeze, remember, shoulders to your ears. Everything moves as one solid unit, okay? Tight core, shoulders, ears, glued.